feel the excitement building. For the Vikings, number 37 is Tyrone Carter. Number 21 is Mo Williams. Jason Hanson kicks off, and we're underway. It's Carter, 2-yard deep. He ran into his own man, Harold Morrow, and goes down around the 19-yard line. Clint Greenwald, number 58, makes the tackle. Dante Culpepper, his second year in the NFL and one of the big stories in the NFL this season. He's accounted for 6 of 7 Vikings touchdowns. Corbin Lucina starts at left guard. He'll rotate with Chris Lewinsky. The wide receivers, the great Chris Carter and Randy Moss. John Davis starts at tight end. Jim Kleinstosser is the fullback. And Robert Smith off to another good start as the featured running back. The Vikings open with 2 tight ends. John Davis and Johnny McWilliams. And Robert Smith carries. Ran into Chris Claiborne. Short pickup on the play. And we'll pick up the Lions defense, which has been tough on the Minnesota Vikings, especially the front four. They're looking for Robert Forche to get his first sack. Jones, Ellis, Scroggins. Scroggins has 3 sacks. Stephen Boyd missed last week's game with a bad back, but he is back starting. And Kurt Schultz leads the NFL with 5 interceptions. He had 3 against the Bears last week. Terry Fair missed last week's game, and he's back in. Still 2 tight ends for Minnesota. Play fake, Culpepper to go deep. Way down for Randy Moss. Incomplete. Ron Rice was covering on the play. Looked like Moss was coming open.
Yeah, you know, they get in that 2 tight end set. Now, when you get in a 2 tight end set, that's going to look at the coverage out here. Your safety is going to come up because he's thinking run inside, but he gets one-on-one. This creates the seam inside here, and now he's just one-on-one with the safety. That ball is just a little overthrown.
Crowd noise builds. Vikings with 3 wide receivers. Lions have 6 defensive backs in. Out of the shotgun, Culpepper. They blow it dead. Flags go down. Let's check it out. False start on the Vikings. The crowd noise already having an impact.
Well, you know, they're working that silent count as we talked about. And, you know, for the tackles outside.
False start. 77.
Yeah, there you go. It's the tackle outside. Corey Stringer. You know, they worked this. They've been working for 3 weeks. They've been working this silent snap count just in order for this game, just to get ready for this game. But it's so difficult because you're sitting there as a tackle outside, Susie and Stringer, and you can't hear, and you're just anticipating, trying to look in at the center's head.
Lions take out James Jones, bring in linebacker Scott Kolokowski. Vikings have to get to the 29 for a first down. Culpepper being pressured, and down he goes. The Lions get there. It may have been Forche. It was Robert Forche's first sack of the season.
I'll tell you what you do when you get Culpepper. To get him, you have to corral him. Larry Peccatella talked about it. Luther Ellis talked about it. You've got to get a pressure, and you've got to stay out here, and then you've got to close the middle. Luther Ellis is closing the middle, and then your guys come from the outside. That's a fantastic job of keeping him in the cage.
Mitch Berger, low kick, line drive, taken by Desmond Howard. Howard looking for an opening. Gets to the sideline and is out of bounds. But great field position for the Lions. The Vikings had wanted to pin Howard to the sideline, but he had a nice return of about 13 yards. The Lions on offense. Charlie Batch starting to round into form. He looked good on the last touchdown drive against the Bears last week. The offensive line retooled. Mike Compton, second straight start at left guard. Eric Beverly starts at center. The wide receivers are outstanding. We'll see a lot of Herman Moore for the Lions.
There's Herman right here. He's out there. They're in a 3 wide receiver set.
There you go. Morton, Crowell, and Moore. James Stewart on first down, and they whistle this play dead. And it's a false start on the Lions.
Prior to the snap, false start. 72, offense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Ray Roberts, the left tackle.
You know, they started out last week's game the same way. in Chicago on offside, a false start on their opening possession, and they've just been out of sync in their offense just a little bit. But you can't make those mistakes down here. You have a short field. You got the Minnesota Vikings at 3. You've got to take advantage of this.
Lions stay with 3 wide receivers. Moore and Crowell to the right, Morton to the left. James Stewart on first down, pulling straight ahead, and he stops, bounces off, still fighting hard. Boy, that's some effort for 3 or 4 yards by James Stewart. Refused to go down. Gets back to the 38-yard line. Pick up 4.
Well, Stewart's a powerful runner. But I want you to take a look here and look at that right here. You're going to see them roll off the ball in a zone blocking, and you're going to see them come off. Now, there's just no separation there. There's no drive. Nobody is going that way. Everything is just right there at the line of scrimmage. They have those big offensive lines. They need to get more of a push.
David Sloan is the tight end. Lions stay with 3 wide. Blitz coming. Stewart finds the opening. Brought down at the 26-yard line by Robert Griffith, but a first down for James Stewart and the Detroit Lions.
Boy, that was a nice cut. That was a James Stewart. James Stewart gets up into the line and then puts a nice move on. He's going to come right up into the center. And then right here, now he's going to cut back this way, over here. See him pop out of nowhere? He gets into the line. There's a double on the defensive tackle, Johnny Randall, with the center and the guard, and he gets into them and it bounces it back out.
Picks up 12 on the play.
Get lost behind those big offensive
right.
linemen.
2 tight ends in as Walter Rasmussen has come in for the Lions. Back spins and hits Jermaine Crowell. Thomas brings him down at the 12-yard line. Jermaine Crowell, he's become the #1 receiver for the Lions.
Boy, was this a beautiful play. With this reverse pivot out, now watch, this freezes the linebacker. He freezes in there, now there's a seam right there. See that seam? Boy, that was nice. Charlie Batch reversing out under center, takes the linebacker to the other side, and he was frozen there. That created a seam for Crowell, who is fastly becoming the guy here in Detroit.
Herman Moore is out to the right side. Watch him on the fade. They go left to Johnny Morton. He gets across to 10. Robert Tate pulls him down. Pick up a 2 on the play. Robert Tate, the converted wide receiver, has done a good job as the starting cornerback for the Minnesota Vikings. The man they call Quilt.
Yeah, he calls himself Quilt.
Right.
And the thing about it is, we talked to him yesterday, and he said, hey, I don't fear anybody. Yeah, it's my first year playing here as a full-time starter, but I get to go against Chris Carter, Randy Moss every single day.
Back into the end zone. Oh. It's dropped by the tight end, David Sloan. Wide open.
A step here, a step there. Training camp. Remember we talked about training camp? That's where the offense still is at. David Sloan missed all the training camp. Charlie Batch. Here's David Sloan right here working through. Now watch him work on the safety. He turns around, the ball's there.
Oh, God.
That's just all David Sloan, and he knows it.
Brings up 3rd and 8. You can see the frustration of David Sloan. 3 wide receivers in for the Lions. Vikings had their pass rush package in. Batch slips away, drops it off, touchdown! Jermaine Crowell!
Look at Crowell.
That's the Lion leap. The Lions wanted to get good field position. They did, and they cashed in. Good touchdown drive.
Minnesota wanted to come in here and to try to take this crowd noise out of it early. They're going to have a tough time battling back now.
Jason Hansen for the extra point out of the hold of John Jett. The kick is through. We're early in the first quarter. 11:05 to go. Charlie Batch waited for Crowell to come open. He got it to him, and the Lions have the lead, and they're roaring.
さあ、これで7対0と、まず地元で先制をするっていうような勝ちを少なくとももうその時点で70%。
you get down around the goal line, you're thinking Herman Moore on the fade. He's on the right side of the field. Here's Crowell on the left, works his way back into where Herman Moore was. Herman Moore cleared everybody out. Because when you get that, that's Herman Moore's zone down there. You're thinking fade. They took the defenders deep, and Crowell was on the other side of the field and got behind Robert Griffin.
Jason Hansen to kick off. Coming down to Tyrone Carter. Again, 2 yards deep. Carter pinned to the sideline and pushed out of bounds just across the 20-yard line. Big house here at the Silverdome, and the Lions have scored first.
あるみたいです
でも
ね。
ミネソタを迎えてちょっと満員にまだならないっていうのもね、不思議ですね。
そうですよね。
まあ
This matchup is filled with great receivers. The Lions trio and Charlie Batch with a good start to the game, hitting 3 of 4. Now the Vikings from the 21-yard line. Robert Smith on the draw play, picking his way through the hole. Big gainer for Robert Smith up to the 35. Picked up about 14 on the play. Tracy Scroggins ran him down.
Robert Smith, he's been getting the ball a lot this year. Leroy Hord's not in the picture, and he's a guy that's been back there for a lot of years carrying the ball. He's kind of a lost guy in the whole Minnesota thing. You don't really talk about him. You always talk about the quarterbacks up here, and you always talk about the receivers. But he's been here, and he's been just chugging along, chewing up turf every time he gets the ball in his hands.
Vikings have 3 wide receivers in. Culpepper gets rid of it quickly to Randy Moss. He's hit immediately. Short pickup. Up to the 39-yard line, Marquise Walker, the nickel defensive back, came in, made the stop.
One of the things they wanted to do was get Randy Moss the ball early. In the first possession, they tried that deep route. There was a little hitch and tried to get him moving. They believe that he is one of their playmakers, that he can make things happen, and they've got to keep feeding him the ball. He's going to get his touches, and he wants more production, wants big production out of himself.
Moss and Carter both to the left side here. Now Moss in motion. Reverse. There's the end around to Randy Moss. Tries to cut it up. Nothing doing.
Tracy Scroggins was all over it.
He had a leapfrog trying to hurdle Corbin Lucina, but the Lions had 2 men there to stop the play.
Another thing, too, of getting Randy's ball early in the game, then he feels like he's a part of things early. Tracy Scroggins is upfield and he stays home, and James Jones on the backside closing. And if Randy gets the ball in his hands early, he's not going to be a distraction the rest of the game. I think so. I think that's why I wouldn't want to get it. You always see him pictured on the sidelines or asking the coach or talking to the quarterback, wanting the ball. I think if you get it to him early, that's a good thing.
They lost a yard on the play. Vikings have 2 tight ends in. Moss in motion again. On 3rd and 6. Culpepper,
he's deep. He's open.
Out there for Randy Moss. He's going for a touchdown. Yards. Mom is in the stands. Randy Moss beat Kurt Schultz on the play by a mile.
That's one happy woman.
Wow. And this is what the Lions feared. The big play to Moss, and he breaks open for it.
He's an equalizer. You get in the short field and you're here on the road. Now it's back to equal. Back taking the crowd back out of it.
Gary Anderson's extra point is good. Randy Moss, 2nd touchdown reception of the season. The first one was 66 yards. This one is 61 yards. We're tied.
だと思うんですけども、多分ランディ・モスっていうのは8割ぐらいのスピードで多分ね、普通流してると思うんですよ。で、あって思った瞬間にこう。
Lions defense beaten for the big play as the Vikings score now. The Vikings kicking off here and switch. Normally Mitch Berger, who kicks off deep, would kick off, but Gary Anderson has come in. They want a short, high kick. This one is coming down to the 9-yard line to Desmond Howard. Howard trying to get outside and brought down just across the 20-yard line. Craig Sauer, number 59, with the tackle.
on that last touchdown, they use a little motion here. Randy Moss is lined up on the right side of the field. Now, when he starts in motion, Marquis Walker's going to come with him. Now, when he gets here, watch. He points to the outside. You take Moss. I'm taking Carter. And they never get the thing sorted out. He jumps on Carter. Right here, he lets Moss go. And right behind the safety, Schultz.
Randy Moss wants to have a big game because Mom is here before the game. He brought her down from the crowd. There you go. Now the Lions from their own 23-yard line. Johnny Morton in motion. Back sends everybody out and completes to Morton. Robert Tate brings him down across the 25-yard line. Let's take a look at the Vikings on defense. John Randall still trying to break through with a sack. Tony Williams is back in the lineup after missing the last game. McDaniel, Wong, and Rudd have played well. Robert Tate, Chris Dishman picked up at the start of the season, has done a good job at the corner. Robert Griffith, the hardest hitter on the team. And Orlando Thomas, the free safety.
You mentioned John Randall's sack.
James Stewart, again, pushing hard. Gets up close to the 30-yard line.
You know, as a defensive lineman, sacks are so precious to you. It's like your religion. You know, you live and die by it. That's all you think about. I saw him warming up today, and he put on new shoes. And I knew right away, you put on new shoes, that's a defensive line. You're looking for a new spark. I said, new shoes, huh? He said, yep, and a new attitude. That's how defensive linemen think. I said, how many is it good for? He said, 2.
Well, we'll see. James Stewart, the lone setback. On 3rd and 4, Batch looking and completing. Jermaine Crowell is pulled out of bounds, short of the first down marker. Good play by Chris Dishman. Out of Stanford, David Palmer is inactive today. He's been slow to come back from a knee injury. Walters back at his own 30-yard line. Jet gets it away. Good high kick under pressure. Fair catch, Wade 4. Walters has it at the 29-yard line.
Offensive line coaches in the league.
Chris Lewinsky, after 2 offensive series for Corbin Lucina, has come in at left guard. Out of the shotgun. Culpepper fires. It's tipped and incomplete. Good job by Alan Aldridge to deflect the pass. Time for an update on the Giants in place in the NFC East, but that's a tough job. Nobody beats them at Adelphia Stadium. Titans are tough down there. The fullback, Jim Kreinsasser, carries for about 4 on the play.
And they took that right over Big Lou. That's Lewinsky, Chris Lewinsky. You know, Lewinsky's a guy who was a couple of years on practice squad. He's a Mike Tyson project. He's been down there, and Tice kept on telling Denny, this guy's going to be good, this guy's going to be good. And Denny just kind of looked at him and didn't say anything. But through training camp this year, Denny finally said, hey, Tice, this guy's pretty good. And now he's gone from practice squad to rotating as a starter. And that run was right over top of him.
3 wide receivers in for the Vikings. Have to get to the 40-yard line. Short to the tight end, Andrew Jordan. Or rather, John Davis. And Davis is cut down at the 37-yard line by the middle line. Return on the first one.
Yeah, all the stars will have a little powwow over there with Sherm Lewis.
They want Berger to kick toward the sideline to try and pin Desmond Howard. Long count. Lions almost jumped. Berger. Toward the side on a line drive. Howard on the return.
That could be trouble.
Beat a couple of men. Brought down up and around the 28-yard line. Lions go with 3 wide receivers. Herman Moore's to the right side. James Stewart, the running back. Cut it back nicely. A couple of nice cutbacks by James Stewart thus far early in the game. He picked up about 6 on the play. Robert Griffith and Dwayne Rudd in on the stop.
Well, you know, they know where Robert Griffith is going to be. He's looking for the cutback. You see his eyes wide open. He's looking for the backside. Because if he can get the linebackers and the strong safety flowing to the front side where the play looks like it's going, they have so much speed. That's how you use a team's defensive speed against them. Get them going one way, then come back.
Good start to the game for James Stewart. Play fake by Batch. Rolling and throwing. Wobbly pass is incomplete, intended for Jermaine Crowell. Mario Bates has come in. There was Ron Rice heading off moments ago. Mario Bates in the backfield. Cedric Urban inactive this week. And Bates gets some more playing time. And they whistle it down. Looks like a false start on the Lions again. Their third of this first quarter.
Prior to the snap, false start. 82, offense. 5-yard penalty, third down.
So now they're back to this 3rd and 9. And the third down, the 27%. And it is the worst. There it is. You just can't perform offensively with that kind of rate on third down.
They've had 1 3 and out already in the game. Have to get to the 39, dump it off to Schlesinger. The fullback is brought down to 35 by Kylie Wong, the middle linebacker. So the Lions come up short. Hear a mixture of some boos in the crowd here.
Yeah, because you've seen it. They've seen it. The fans have seen it over the last 3 or 4 weeks, and they're catching it again. It's something here, something there, an offside. They are close. This Detroit Lions offense is close. You watch them on film, they have the potential to be something good.
John Jett, another good high punt. Troy Walters at the 19 wants to return this. Try to get outside. And does. And is tripped up close to the 30-yard line by Kurt Schultz. When Brown, number 44, is in at strong safety, replacing the injured Ron Rice. Culpepper short drop, pump fake, down the sideline for Carter, overthrown. Terry Fair.
Look at Chris Carter. Look at it. He's laughing. You know why? Chris Carter knew that ball was overthrown, and he saw out of the corner of his eye. Schultz had him dead to right. If he caught that ball, and Carter just stepped out of the way at the end of it. This ball, what? Schultz is back here, and he has him eyed up. And when Carter sees this ball, he sees Carter at the same time. He just and then he turns back, and he's looking for him. He wanted to say, he says, you thought you had me, didn't you?
Crowd getting loud as the Vikings have a 2nd and 10. They bunch the wide receivers to the right. Draw play to Smith. Good hole and a good run for Robert Smith. A first down up at the 42. Crowd getting loud as the Vikings have a 2nd and 10. They bunch the wide receivers to the right. Draw play to Smith. Good hole and a good run for Robert Smith. A first down up at the 42-yard line for Robert Smith.
There he is, getting his yards again. Another 10 yards, 11 yards. There. Hey, Robert Smith talking to him. He says, I like turf. Now, if you were to poll the NFL on players, if they ask them what they like, do they like turf? I would say upwards of 98% would say no, they want to play the game on grass. He says, turf is my friend. I'm a speed guy, and I'm a make-you-miss guy, and turf helps me do that.
3 carries, 29 yards for Robert Smith to start the game. Looks like an option play.
Sure.
Culpepper keeps it and picks up about 5 on the play. Terrific running quarterback. He's now run for 175 yards this season.
You know, when you're a defensive end or outside guy or outside linebacker, in college when they teach you to run the option, when they run the option, you're told to just smack the quarterback. Punish the quarterback no matter what you do. But with Dante Culpepper, his ability to run, I don't know if anybody's real anxious to look and smack him.
Not any small DBs, that's for sure. Got to the 45 on 2nd down. Everybody out. Culpepper steps up. Nobody open. Goggins takes him down. He picked up about a yard, maybe 2 on the play.
You know, Moss is saying, hey, I was open. He came right back to the huddle and told Culpepper, you've got to get the ball to me. Moss is going to be to the left of your screen. He's going to settle in the middle here. Dante sees him. He's just not sure, so he says he's going to take off with it. He's a careful guy with the football. And I think he's being careful because of the number of interceptions he has. He has 5 right now on the season. And I think that's an area he wants to improve on.
Moss in motion again. Everybody out over the middle. Randy Moss, first down Vikings. Oh, hit hard by Lamar Campbell. Randy, a little high hurdling today. Took a hard hit, but came up strong.
Well, they get that same motion. They move him over. Now, what they're going to do is they're going to play a 3 deep zone out of that. Schultz is going to go back. So watch him drop. See him get out of the picture? Now they get depth here. So he says, you know what? I'll sit right underneath your zone. He broke it. You know, he's so good at that. Catch the ball. People come to try to take him out, and he jumps up in the over him.
And Randy Moss with 78 yards has now become the fastest man to reach 3,000 yards in the NFL history. Robert Smith on first down gets across the 40-yard line. Alan Aldridge in on the stop. Randy Moss, just his 3rd year in the NFL. This is 36 games, and he has now reached 3,000 yards. That's faster than Jerry Rice. That's faster than Isaac Bruce. Faster than John Jefferson.
You know, here in the first quarter, he just came out and is already gone over. He needed 78 yards to get it. He's over that now early in the first quarter. He's playing like a guy that's got something to prove to somebody.
They want to get him in the game early, and they have. Luther Ellis has come out for the Lions, taken up. Culpepper running. Gets a couple of yards. Jared DeVries, number 95, made the tackle. There's Luther Ellis. He came off limping. Now he looks like they've worked on his left leg a little bit, and it looks like he's ready to get back in.
You know, and he's a guy that Minnesota's concerned with. And he always has been. You know, they had McDaniel here and Christie, and those were guys that, for the matchup purpose, that was always favorable to Detroit. When you had Luther Ellis with his size over there, he was just too much of a man, and he closed that pocket. Now with Big Lou in there, they think they've got something to contend with.
End of the first quarter. Lions scored first.
He said he's up to he's a motivating factor for me. That's all this is. And he goes, you watch today. I'll prove my critics wrong.
He's got 3 catches, 78 yards. Here's a big 3rd down play. Vikings have to get to the Lions 31 for a first. Culpepper looking and throwing, and it's deflected incomplete. Intended for Chris Carter. Broken up nicely by Marquise Walker.
Yeah, this was pretty good coverage downfield by the defensive secondary for the Lions. Here's Carter in the slot position right here, working on Marquise Walker. See him take the underneath of that out route? That's exactly how you're supposed to play it. And a lot of times, with the speed factor of these guys, you start running downfield with them. Then on the break to the out route, you lose them, and you can't come underneath, and you're behind them.
Mitch Berger, 3rd punt of the game. Let's see what he does here against Desmond Howard. And Lion wants to roar. Berger puts it in the end zone and through for the touchback.
I got to tell you, every time I hear that Lion roar, it just sounds like bad plumbing.
Well, if you're playing against them, that's what it could feel like, too.
バック同士、
そうなんです。
これもまた珍しいですよね。
スタークの方はいわゆるスナッパーと、そして
そうですよね、パンターね。
パンターですからね。
Back at the Silverdome, you talked about the Lion roaring. There's a guy who doesn't like to hear the Lion roar either.
It's funny, talking to him about it, that darn Lion roar. I said, we got to set that thing up.
From the 20, Charlie back. Throws short, completes to David Sloan. Slips 1 tackle. Goes down at about the 32. First down, Lions. Robert Tate finally took him down. 12-yard pickup for the tight end, David Sloan.
And that's Danny Smith, his tight end coach. He just went over there and gave the high five to, and he's worked with him after practice all the time, getting back up to speed because of all the training camp time he missed. When you don't go to training camp, you don't do all the individual stuff, so you miss that. And when you get into the season practices aren't individual stuff. It's game plan stuff.
Lions go with 3 wide receivers. Here comes Herman Moore in motion. Off play fake. That's being pressured. Throwing deep for Herman for Crowell. Little overthrow. Jermaine Crowell had 2 steps on Chris Dishman.
It's just they're behind because of all the time they missed together.
Brian Stabline has come in, number 83, as Crowell goes to the sideline. Here's 2nd and 10. Draw plays, and Stewart's got a big hole. And a big run. Best game of the season for James Stewart and the Lions rushing attack. Ed McDaniel finally took him down.
You know, when a quarterback, you come up and you see what's in the box and what you're going to get, you spread them out. Here it is, 3rd down. So you spread them out. See all these guys are all spread out here? Now they're manned up. So they're taking their men down here. Now what does that leave in the box? Nothing. because this guy, look, he's still running down there covering his guy.
James Stewart has been averaging 2.9 yards per carry, has 5 carries for 37 yards thus far. Stewart again breaks the tackle. Good hard running by James Stewart. That's Robert Griffin took him down across midfield.
That's what you said, Sam. Good hard running, and that's what James Stewart is. And that's why they went out and spent $25 million on him this offseason, because that's the kind of back that fits Bobby Ross's style. A power runner, you know? He's not going to make all the missed moves like Barry Sanders used to make when he was here. He's going to come straight ahead. He's going to break arm tackles, and he's going to lower his head on somebody.
But if he's getting 6 yards or 7 yards at a pop, that'll really help the offense. 3 wide receivers in. Brian Stabline is in. Stewart gets down to about the 46-yard line. It'll be about a yard short of the first down. Wayne Rudd, number 57, made the tackle for the Vikings.
Wayne Rudd playing over the tight end. You know, they moved all their linebackers around. Tylee Long went from outside to inside. Eddie McDaniel went from inside to outside, where he says he loves it. He loves that point of view. And then they moved the weak side linebacker, Rudd, last year. Now he plays over the tight end. And I think it's their best combination of linebackers. I think all these guys are in the right spot, and they're most effective in the spot they're in.
That's checking off. It's 3rd and 1. Mario Bates takes the pitch. Trying to find an opening. Got hit. Falls forward. Close to the first down marker, but just a little short. Orlando Thomas, number 42, came in with a big stop for the Vikings. It's 4th down.
Watson tried to run him. Look, this is man mountain over here. Look at Aaron Gibson get outside, and he bumps into Bryce Pop, and Bryce Pop has got to be giving up nearly 200 pounds to him.
The biggest man in the NFL.
In the history of the NFL, Sam. 380 pounds. You look at the size of everything on him. Look at him standing next to Jeff Harding. Harding's right there was 300 pounds.
The official measurement leaves him inches short.
The fans want him to go for it. And when you have a guy like Gibson up there, why not go for it?
I think Bobby Ross is going to go for it.
Shoulder pass. That's a size 56 jersey. Here's a special make that.
4th and a couple of inches for the Lions. Schlesinger and Stewart in the backfield. Sloan in motion. Stewart, first down.
That was on right over Gibby. I said, what the heck? If you got that, why you go out and get a 380-pound guy, or you got 4th and inches, you run him right behind him. Watch him. There's the block, there's the bury, and there's the hole. And that's exactly where they take the ball over Gibby.
Gibby, huh?
You know what that is? That's a Chinese buffet's worst nightmare. You got Gibby come to town, you're going to lose some money.
First down at the 43. He can out-eat you.
Oh, he can put it away now.
Back on first down deep. Way down for Colell. He leaps and it's off his hands, incomplete. Chris Dishman with pretty good coverage.
They're going to get this thing going. And they're going to
deep route, and then they'll take him out. Stabline is in. 3 wide receivers.
His stamina is not that great.
Stewart takes it outside, breaks the tackle, and gets down to the 36-yard line. Let's check out what's happening in Tennessee. JB, take it away.
He's showing that a Titan actually is bigger than a Giant.
Ooh, it could be.
It looks like it.
I think you're right. But it's early yet. We'll see.
Coming from a true New Yorker right there.
3rd down. And 3. Charlie back. Quick handoff. Oh, good tackle on the play. Eddie McDaniel.
He didn't want to hear the lion roar.
On Mario Bates.
He jumped the gap inside. They cheat up inside. Now watch him jump in the middle. Step right in the middle from the pulling guard. He saw something in the stance of Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy was down in his stance, and he saw him leaning. And when he saw him leaning in his stance, Eddie said, heck, I'm taking that. He shot the gap, made a big play on 3rd down.
2 tackles today. Is the leading tackler on the Vikings. Made a big play there. 3rd punt of the game for John Jett. Way up it goes. Troy Walters, fair catch at the 9. And a flag. He was hit by Lamar Campbell after he caught it.
But how close was he on that fair catch to him? Did he interfere with the catch of the ball?
Another flag gets thrown. One official picked up his flag, the other one threw his. Back judge.
And Detroit's pointing at Minnesota.
Great hang time on John Jett's punt. That last one was 4.6.
Well, the kick was in the air. Invalid signal on the receiving team. It's a 5-yard penalty. Receivers repeat the ball. First down.
Listen to this crowd as the Vikings start from their own 5-yard line. Robert Smith pushing up to about the 8-yard line. Luther Ellis is back in for the Lions. Corbin Lucina is back in at left guard for the Vikings.
One of the things that Minnesota likes to do is what? They have 2 tight ends. Now, when they get 2 tight ends, this is a safety. He comes up around the line of scrimmage. Now, what that does, that leaves 1-on-1 on the outside. Randy Moss and Chris Carter they're not going to have the safety help over the top for one of those sides.
Culpepper play fake.
Oh, the
flag is thrown. They whistle the play down.
Prior to the snap, false start. 8-4.
Randy Moss left too soon.
Well, your linemen, you know, they have a tough time looking in at the ball. But Randy Moss is looking right in there. He shouldn't be jumping. He's looking at that head bob, and he shouldn't take off until that snap is. The head bob, I'm talking about the bob of the center because they're going on a silent count.
Sets him back half the distance to the goal, to the 4-yard line. They have to get to the 15 for a first down. Robert Smith is back up to about the 7, maybe the 8-yard line as the Vikings are playing it very safe down here.
Yeah, with the 2 tight end stuff, they keep them in there. And what that does, too, is it kind of neutralizes any kind of blitz.
Robert Smith likes to run with his 2 tight ends in there.
Oh, that's just mauling everybody up front. That's a big offensive line they have as well. And you put in you get Glover in there, and then you get John Davis in there blocking. That's hard to match up. You're forced to bring an 8th man up into the box.
Vikings have 3 wide receivers in. Now they shift John Davis into the backfield. Lions have 6 defensive backs. Culpepper, nobody open. Try to run for it, and Luther Ellis takes him down. 4th sack of the season for Luther Ellis.
And you know what, Sam? They did that out of a 3-man rush. They got Forshea upfield. They got Scroggins upfield. Watch, this turns into just a 3-man rush. And the pocket closes on a 3-man rush. This shouldn't happen. You have 5 blocking 3, but see how they cage him right there? All 3 of those people were in the right spot.
Want to correct myself. 2nd sack of the season for Luther Ellis. 4th punt of the game here for Mitch Berger.
They're going to get good field position.
He's going to the sideline. They are so in fear of Desmond Howard returning a big one. They kick to the sideline. It's out of bounds at the 40-yard line. It is good down.
Let Barry go for all those years, and they came and picked him up. Let them back where they're at.
Johnny Morton on the catch down to the 25. The ball was down. Robert Griffith picked it up and started to run with it. And Morton got hit hard, but a good catch and a first down for the Lions.
He's got it right there working on Tate. Just a quick slant, and he sees how deep Griffith is playing, the safety. He's playing so far back, they just called, hey, audible. They said, hey, there it is. Take it.
Pick up a 15 on the play. Charlie Batch now 8 for 12. 65 yards. Lions have 2 tight ends in. James Stewart, the running back. Batch quick to the outside. Jermaine Crowell pushed out of bounds by Robert Tate inside the 20. A spot got it at the 19.
Now, here's something you don't see too often, Sam. What do they mean by X receiver? He's the guy that's going to be up on the line of scrimmage. He's not the flanker in motion.
3 wide receivers. Stewart right up the middle with a big hole, and he's down to the 5. How about James Stewart running in this game? He has busted loose.
It's coming together. You know, that offensive line is starting to gel. The timing of the run game is starting to come together. Yeah, these guys are big up front. Take a look. There's Compton right here. He gets the push on Randall. Corey Schlesinger with the lead block. And then once he gets past the line of scrimmage, James Stewart is just powerful. There's Brian Stabline. He comes in and gets a piece of Robert Griffith. That's sprung it. And all the wide receivers, even Herman Moore, he's down there in the middle of the scrum trying to pick somebody off.
10 carries, 69 yards for James Stewart. First and goal at the 5. It's Stewart up the middle to the 2. No, Bobby Ross told us he wanted to rush for 125 yards in this game, and the Lions are well on their way. Good start as they're sticking with the running game.
And well, that's Bobby Ross. That's signature of Bobby Ross.
Could be Herman Moore.
This is his area. This is the fade area.
Second and goal at the 3. Back outside, incomplete. Intended for Jermaine Crowell. Robert Tate was right there. Broke a bone in his leg during a mini camp in June. Just rounding out into shape. Still has 3 screws in his leg to keep the bone in place. On third down, Batch under pressure, hit as he throws, and down he goes. The pass incomplete.
Boy,
Lance Sawyer, number 97, with a big hit.
He was laying on top of him as Charlie was trying to throw that thing. Here's to Lance, 97. He just takes an outside rush past Ray Roberts, and Charlie was throwing that thing as he was looking at the roof of the Silverdome.
From the umpire camera, down at field level, you can see the ball falling incomplete. Good view in deep. Jason Hansen will attempt the field goal. 21 yards. And the kick is through. So the Lions got good field position, got down to the 3-yard line before the Vikings defense.
He's not a sexy bachelor. He's a fan. There's a big difference between bachelors and fans.
7 plays, 37 yards. Herman Moore and Desmond Howard shouting along on the bench.
You know, the one thing that's interesting is that Detroit's able today to sustain drives. They're keeping Minnesota's defense on the field, and they're getting drives and they're scoring at the end of those drives. And that's something that other teams haven't been able to do to Minnesota.
Hansen, strong leg. Tyrone Carter at the goal line. And down he goes at the 19-yard line. Corwin Brown, number 44, took him down. And the special teams for the Lions have done a good job on the Vikings return game.
Watch Barrett Green. He gets blindside here by Chris Walsh. Chris Walsh was it. When you're in that front line, a lot of times the front line guys drop back. He took a direct angle right at him. Barrett Green's looking at the ball. He's looking downfield, looking to stay in his lane. Walsh, who's just a fierce special teams competitor, blew him up.
Vikings go from the 19. Robert Smith weaves his way through the hole, gets a couple of yards, maybe 3 up to the 22-yard line. Robert Smith has recently started a foundation and has sent their first check for cancer research.
You know, he gets involved with it on Tuesdays on his day off. He goes and visits the hospital. He sees cancer patients, the kids. You know, it kind of brings everything into a different perspective for him between the wins and losses.
Blitz coming. Culpepper got rid of it too high for John Davis, the tight end. Blitz by Corwin Brown, the strong safety.
Just because Dante's back there looking to see what the defense is doing because it's mixed up all the time. He's never seen the same thing twice.
4 wide receivers for the Vikings. On third down, deflected, and it falls incomplete. Stephen Boyd got up, batted the pass, and it falls to the ground. The Lions defense comes up with a strong series.
And they have. You can really feel they're carrying the momentum. This defense is really starting to get like they're smelling blood now. They think that.
Low snap. Long line drive kick. Desmond Howard from the 28. Here he goes. He's got running room. Watch out. There's a flag on the play. Desmond Howard returns to the Vikings 38-yard line. Let's check out the flag.
I don't think you want a line drive kick, Desmond Howard. Right in the middle of the field, a line drive.
That was not part of the game plan. 50-yard punt, 24-yard return. Let's find out what the flag is all about. Bob Carollo is our referee today.
Or Bill.
Bill Carollo.
Yeah, well, good friends call him Bob. We know that. You guys go way back a long time.
Holding 31 on the receiving team while the kick was in the air. 10-yard penalty.
Well, that's at the very end of that play. He did something like pull him down to the ground with the grasp he had.
It takes the ball all the way back to the 19-yard line. So the Lions, instead of being at the Vikings 38 because of that holding penalty on the return, or with the ball in the air.
I don't know about that. Unless I missed something there, I thought that was pretty clean.
Stewart gets across the 20 to the 22. Ed McDaniel is there to make the tackle.
You know a guy who must be doing a pretty good job in there is Eric Beverly.
Oh, very good job.
You think?
Yes, I agree.
Because every time that they're doing, they're using the cutback. Everything is starting one way, and it looks like they're cutting back off the block of Beverly. Whoever Beverly is doubling on, they look like the runs are cutting back off his butt.
Vikings have Chris Hovan, their first-round draft pick, number 99, in at left tackle. Back. The screen to Stewart. And it really was blown up by Robert Griffith. What a great job Griffith did.
That's what he is. That's you said blown up, and you said Griffith. Those two words go hand in hand.
Timeout, Minnesota. That's the team's first charge timeout. 30-second timeout.
He steps right underneath Compton and just messes that whole thing up. He's always hovering around the line of scrimmage. He's always around the ball. Robert Griffith, he's a landlord. And a landlord on defensive football is anytime anybody comes into your place, you're making them pay their dues.
Vikings stop the clock, hoping to get the ball back. In the NFC Central, the Vikings coming off the bye week, they're 3-0. The Lions, third of 5 consecutive division games, are 3-1. Tampa Bay's got a tough one today against the Washington Redskins. Green Bay is home to Chicago, and the Bears, and they are due to get straightened out. But the Packers have played a couple of good games, have won 2 in a row. Last week they played their best game of the season.
You know, Minnesota, they started off with some teams that offensively were struggling a bit, their opponents that they played. Chicago, Miami, New England. When they played those teams, their offenses weren't gelling. If they go into a stretch now, including today, Detroit, it's Detroit, Chicago, Buffalo, Tampa Bay, Green Bay, and Tampa Bay. Again, they're going to be seeing these guys, the whole NFC division, Central Division, a couple times.
Pass for Johnny Morton was broken up. Jet almost blocked, gets it away, but a great punt. Walters backtracks to the 23. Heads to the sideline, but he's kept in bounds. Big hit. Knocks him down at the 35-yard line. Barrett Green, number 54, with the hit. 55-yard punt.
That's the 2-minute warning.
We've reached the 2-minute warning. The Vikings will try to add some points. They're down by... They haven't doubled on Randy, but he did catch the big one. 61-yard touchdown reception. Everybody out. Culpepper steps up and runs for it. And a big gainer. And a flag goes in. Culpepper gets down to the Lions 42, and let's check out the flag. It's going to be against the Vikings. The
Holding, 80, offense. During the run, from the spot of the foul, 10 yards. Repeat, first down.
Wait till you pass the line of scrimmage. You block and you pick somebody up.
The ball spotted at the 35. It'll be 2nd and 1 for the Vikings. The penalty assessed from the spot of the foul. There's been a 22-yard run for Culpepper. Hands off to Robert Smith. And a flag down. We had a first down, but the referee throws the flag.
Yeah, they threw it right on top of David Dixon, number 71.
It's a holding. So both teams getting hurt by penalties late in the first half.
71, offense. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Defensive backs in. Scott Kolakowski and Stephen Boyd are the linebackers. Vikings go with 3 wide receivers. Matthew Hatchett and Chris Clark to the left. Randy Moss to the right. Brian Westbrook on him. Culpepper. Carter looked like he tripped.
Yeah.
And was going down the path thrown over his head.
Reed, and they've been a little slow with delivering the ball.
On 2nd down, Culpepper gets rid of it. In traffic, Chris Carter's first catch of the game. And it's a first down for the Vikings up at the 47-yard line.
And I think that's been the thing. You know, they've had to rely on the run a lot more. The pass hasn't been there. Downfield, they hit the Moss one time, but other than that, now they're taking them out of it.
On the hurry up, Culpepper complete to the first ball. It's a first down inside the Lions 35. Marquise Walker took him down, and the Vikings call timeout.
30-second timeout. 30-second timeout.
1 timeout remaining.
You know, that's the thing that Culpepper,
last play was an 18-yard pickup. Culpepper 6 for 13, 113 yards. Lions have 6 defensive backs in. First down at the Lions 35 with 1:08 remaining in the first half. Everybody out to the tight end. John Davis is down across the 30-yard line. Second catch of the game for John Davis. No huddle. Culpepper walking down the line, signaling. Oops, somebody moved. They will push it down. I thought Lucina moved.
They sure did. He's trying to point over there to Kelvin Pritchett, but that wasn't. Lucina moved first. Oh, now they're going to say that you can't flinch. They're going to try to throw this back on Detroit.
Let's see.
Neutral zone infraction, 93, defense, 5-yard penalty, remains second down.
With 3 wide receivers in. Smith in the backfield with Culpepper. Culpepper gets time over the middle for Hatchett, tipped away. Marquise Walker has made several good plays in his first half.
Saw him make a nice play on Chris Carter on the out. Watch him right here. Again, playing trail technique, right underneath Hatchett, right on his hip, and in front of the ball.
It's 2nd and 10 as the Vikings come to the line.
I think this is where you look for Moss. They got a matchup over here on Bryant and Westbrook, and they like that matchup. We're going to throw it. We're going to throw it to Westbrook.
Moss to the right side. Culpepper's looking left. Goes over the middle for Carter, and he's got it. At the 14-yard line, Corwin Brown took him down. No huddle. They want to spike the ball. With just 1 timeout remaining, Culpepper gets to the line and stops the clock with the spike. 20 seconds to go.
Seems as though in that drive, they just used Moss as a decoy. They took him outside. They ran him go routes on every single one, and then took somebody else underneath. Somebody in the middle, somebody across.
Coming up at halftime, it's the Visa report. First down, Vikings at the Lions 13. Culpepper gets time. Robert Smith out of the backfield to the 5 and down to about the 2-yard line. Still in bounds.
He's not out of bounds.
They need to stop the clock.
9 seconds.
It's running with 7. Now they call timeout. They had to do that. They should have done it 3 seconds earlier.
Robert Smith should have gone out of bounds.
30-second timeout.
In his personal life last year, with a very difficult divorce.
You know why they're going for it right now?
Yeah.
Because if it's a pass play and Dante Culpepper starts running around, that clock's going to tick. It'll be chewed up. They wouldn't have the time to stop it after the pass if it was incomplete to kick a field goal.
Do one quick toss, a fade to Randy in the corner. Look at me. I'm trying to be an offensive coordinator. Gary Anderson ties it up. He's 6 for 6. It's a 20-yard field goal. Anderson perfect this season. He's really played well.
I think that was smart. I think that was smart what they did right there.
And Gary Anderson is closing in on the all-time points. He's closing in. Needs 29 points to break the record. 19 seasons for Gary Anderson. What a great career he's had.
And he's back into that 98 form, too.
And now he's on to try to kick off high and short. Again, the Vikings are really consumed with preventing Desmond Howard from getting a big run back. They might squib kick this one. Let's see. There's the roller. The bouncer gets through to Desmond Howard. And he gets through. Oh, man. If he breaks one more tackle, he might have gone. We have reached the end of the first half. The Lions have had the lead twice. The Vikings have come back. Start the second half. There's the big threat on the return, Desmond Howard. And Gary Anderson once again will be the kickoff man. Looking to kick off high, short. It comes down to the up man.
That's who they want to have it.
Rocco Lebo. Who takes it up to the 29-yard line, and the Vikings will take that any time rather than have Desmond Howard get it. First half statistics, rushing close, passing edge to the Vikings with that big bomb. Total yards edge to the Vikings. Neither team's been strong on third down.
And only 18 seconds difference in the time of possession. It's been pretty even. 31 plays on offense, 33 plays for Detroit on their offense. The only thing Detroit has lacked in what they do is they've lacked on the connection of the deep ball. Team that throws the Crowell downfield, the timing hasn't been there.
Lions come out with 3 wide receivers. Herman Moore and Jermaine Crowell to the right. Batch on first down. Herman Moore. Little curl in up to the 34-yard line. First catch of the game for Herman Moore. Kylie Wong, the middle linebacker.
He was there.
Made a tackle.
Eddie McDaniel was there. And they wrapped him up. They had him around the head.
Charlie Batch 10 for 17, 72 yards in the first half. Now he's updated that. On second down, James Stewart going wide, cuts it upfield, first down, out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Stewart continues his fine running in this game.
Right now, this game, I think it's the best game he's played as far as his vision and watching his cuts and where he's taking them.
Lions have Barrett Brooks, number 76, in at left tackle, replacing Ray Roberts. The catch by Schlesinger, he's down at the 45-yard line. No gain on the play.
Ray Roberts has battled that knee surgery that he had. You see him, he's on the sidelines right now. The doctors are talking to him. But that thing has been swelled up. He's played in pain. He had total ACL surgery in mid-January last year. Now, that's a fast comeback to get ready for the season, go through training camp, and get in there and play. And he rushed himself, and I think he rushed too fast.
Could be. Everybody out for Charlie Batch, being pressured, gets rid of the ball, and throws it away. And there's a flag on the play.
His helmet. Delance Sawyer with the front of his helmet diving at Charlie Batch. That's going to be rough.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 97, a blow to the helmet, 15-yard penalty, first down.
That's a bad one on Talan Sawyer.
At the end of this thing, he takes his helmet and puts it right into Charlie Batt's head. Right there. He comes with the head and then the arm to the head.
Well, the referee was right there to make the call, and they're being very careful on any blows to the head. Ryan Stabline is in. Jermaine Crowell out. 3 wide receivers for the Lions, who have a first down at the Vikings 40-yard line. And it's James Stewart. Can he bust through? He is tearing up yardage. This is another 10-yard pickup. He's had 5 runs for double digits.
Sam, I'll show you the guy that's tearing up. It's Beverly, the center. You see that seal right there? He gets on Williams. He's been doing that pretty much all day long. Now, Beverly's a guy that, wasn't supposed to be the starting center. The starting center, watch, Beverly gets the push right there, and there's a seam. And that's pretty much the way it's been in their inside run game all day long. It's been off the center's butt.
Stewart closing in on 100 yards. There's the draw play. And he gets down to about the 26-yard line.
Compton's normally the starting center. Stocker McDougal, they were hoping would be the left guard, and they've had to rotate guards through there. Tony Semple's been in there, and Curlin Blaze has been in there. There's been others. Because of the injury to Stocker McDougal, Compton has to play guard. I'm telling you, Eric Beverly, 79, and he's played excellent.
Mario Bates is now in the backfield. Ray Roberts is back in at left tackle. Quick drop. Johnny Morton on the catch inside the 20 to the 16. Chris Ditchman takes him down. Another first down. Good drive by the Lions.
Well, they're mixing it up. And this Lions offense is based on one thing. Run the ball first. And off of that run, then you get into the play action. Because you really toy with the linebackers and the strong safety when you establish a good, sound run game. And then everything flourishes off that. Your pass comes off the run.
Got help from that 15-yard penalty. First down, Lions at the 17. Crowell in motion. And the flags fly.
False start, 72, offense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
That's the Lions back to the 22. Schlesinger and Stewart in the backfield now. Quick to the outside of Johnny Morton. Taken down by Robert Tate with help from Robert Griffin. Back to the 19. Big crowd here. 7th consecutive sellout. Second down for the Lions. Stewart running inside. Good job of standing him up. Looks like Kylie Wong just stood him up.
And Eddie McDaniel, too. Kylie Wong and Eddie McDaniel filled that hole nicely. Watch Wong come in from here and Eddie McDaniel come in from here.
Pretty good double team, huh?
Not if you're James Stewart.
No.
It's not a wonderful life if you're James Stewart on that play.
I like that, Bill. They have to get to the 7-yard line for a first down. Back sends everybody out, being rushed, and down he goes. Talan Sawyer got him this time. And that's a big sack for the Vikings.
I like Talan Sawyer. I like him as a pass rusher. I saw him early in the year, and I saw the way he comes off the line of scrimmage. He's only a second-year guy out of Nevada, Las Vegas. Watch 97 working outside on the tight end. Just runs right by Raspy. That's not a matchup that you want with a tight end. You want your big people, you want your tackle jumping out on him. He has speed and he has moves, and he comes with a motive.
Jason Hansen with the try. Officially, it'll be a 43-yarder. John Jett to hold. The kick is away, and it is off the upright, no good. Hansen, a very reliable place kicker, has now missed 3 of his last 4. He's been going with his passes. First possession of the second half for the Vikings. Lions had the ball for 6 minutes, 12 seconds, but came up empty. From the 33, Culpepper on first down for the tight end, John Davis, but he missed him. Corwin Brown, the strong safety, came up. Ron Rice has not returned, will not be back in the game. He suffered a stinger in the first half. Culpepper got rid of it, incomplete. Good pressure. Stephen Boyd, the middle linebacker.
Larry Peccatella picks and chooses what he's doing. I've seen 3-man rushes, 4-man rushes, blitzes, zone blitzes. They've had cover 2, they've had cover 4, they've cover 3. They are mixing it up, and it's been effective to Culpepper. It is affecting what he's doing.
3 and out for the Vikings. 4th time in the game they've been 3 and out. Berger to punt. That's a good kick. Desmond Howard takes it. Oh, and he's belted by Keith Thibodeau. I don't know how Howard held on to the ball. Huge hit by Keith Thibodeau. No return this time. 49 yards to Desmond Howard. And they're trying all kinds of things to stop him. How about this one? This is the best way to stop him.
Well, you're gunner. You know, you beat Wyrick outside, and you just close. And another thing, too, is that you have to get hang time. In order for your gunners to get down there that fast, you've got to be good hang time.
3 wide receivers for the Lions. They go from the 16-yard line. Quick out to Crowell. Picks his way across the 20 up to the 22. Robert Griffith with the stop on Jermaine Crowell, who made his 5th catch of the game.
You know, and you know what that is, that play? That's the Chicago stream. You know, the Bears run that all the time, and Detroit just played the Bears. And they've got to get that in there. They figure, heck, they're going to see it, so they might as well play it. They might as well throw them in there themselves.
On second down, James Moore is the lone setback. David Sloan, the tight end left. James Stewart up the middle.
Well, that's again, it's Beverly and Comp. You know, you would think if you're going to attack Minnesota, you'd attack their ends. You think you would attack the guys outside, Barrow. I'm sorry. Outside, you would attack Lance Stoyer and Barrow, but they don't care. They're going right at the heart of that team. They're going right at Johnny Randall. They're going right at Williams.
James Stewart's over 100 yards, 17 carries, 105 yards. Play action now, back in trouble. Down he goes. He was tripped up. Tony Williams with the sack. Let's get an update from JB on the Giants.
Why can't you do that on the sideline?
I don't know. Back on second and long. Completes to Jermaine Crowell. Up to the 29-yard line. Kenny Wright, the nickel defensive back, made the stop, number 20. 6 catches in the game for Jermaine Crowell. Lions have to get to the 37-yard line for a first down. Three wide receivers in. Crowell and Morton go to the right side. Mario Bates is in the backfield. Vikings going blitz. Pressure on, and the pass is too high, intended for Crowell.
1 of 9. They haven't improved on third down, but they've got to fix their offense.
They've got to get something going on third down, as you pointed out. Came in with only 27% conversions on third down. Jett gets it away.
It's down to about 24% right now.
Walters from the 30, bobbing and weaving, got about 5 yards on the return. And the Vikings, after a 41-yard punt by John Jett, will go on offense. With the game still tied at 10.
Scoring. And the record.
Vikings start from their 35. 2 tight ends in. Robert Smith, nothing on first down. That's Jared DeVries, number 95. Coming from the far side, the right defensive end across the field to make the tackle.
That's a process of two things. One, good hustle by DeVries on the backside. And two, that corner on the strong side has to be held up. The point of attack was held up by Boucher. Now on Aldridge, it was stout there. And then when you flatten that thing, that's when the backside pursuit catches it.
DeVries, Pritchett, Ellis, and Scroggins. Or rather, Fortier in. This is a good run for Robert Smith. And he's got a first down and keeps on fighting for more. Gets to midfield. 15-yard pickup.
He made a cut and made a decision and never slowed down. Watch how fast, and his feet never stop. He takes it here. Never had to slow down in the backfield. A lot of times when you make a cut in the backfield, you have to slow down a step. He made that cut in full stride, so that when you get past the line of scrimmage, it's all open for you.
Saw the numbers for Robert Smith. Tries it again as Denny Green decides to go to the running game. 2-yard pickup this time for Robert Smith. And it's usually straight ahead with Smith. Once you get through the hole, he'll bounce it outside here and there. But mostly it's straight ahead stuff.
You know, when you get that big offensive line, a lot of this stuff is downhill. You know, you're not going to take these guys, Stringer and Stussy and David Dixon, and get them pulling into perimeter plays.
Smith and Kleinsasser in the backfield with Dante Culpepper.
That's another guard in the backfield.
Yeah. 270-pound fullback. Fakes the draw. Culpepper, nobody open. Here he goes. And down he goes.
Nice hit on him, too.
Chris Claiborne makes the stop. Short of a first down. They'll spot it close to the 43-yard line.
And I think that's part of the process. Mixing up the coverages as we talked about. Here's Westbrook on Carter. Nothing there. There's the top of the street. It's what Dante Culpepper is reading. And that's why he's running with the football.
Third and a long 3. Culpepper looking, and he finds Randy Moss. First down, Vikings at the Lions' 26-yard line. 4th catch of the game for Randy Moss. This one's a 17-yarder. He's pumped.
Yeah, he was up on Brian Westbrook. They got him over here working on Brian. Brian's complaining there was a push-off. See right there, the hand and the pull over and the swim. And I'd have to tend to agree with him, but he's trying to get the officials' attention about it.
4 catches, 95 yards for Randy Moss. First down, Vikings at the 26. Blitz coming. It's picked up. Completion to John Davis, the tight end, down to the 16-yard line. And it looks like another first down for the Vikings. John Davis has stepped up nicely into the starting tight end role.
Well, they like him. Yeah, they like his size, too, there as well. You know, they lost Glover in the offseason, and they picked Andrew Jordan up and thought that, you know, they could make him be the guy. And Jordan really hasn't made the catches that they would have liked their tight end to make in this package. But Davis has stepped up nicely for him.
First down, Vikings at the 16. The draw play to Robert Smith. Taking it outside, and the Lions are there to throw him for a loss. Alan Aldridge and Brian Westbrook combined third quarter. The Vikings threatening. Mo Williams, number 21, is in the backfield with Dante Culpepper. Everybody out.
Moss on the fade.
To the end zone of Moss. He comes out. Touchdown. What a catch by Randy Moss. Brian Westbrook and Corwin Brown were there, and Moss comes up with a catch.
Moss changed speeds on Westbrook. That's what happened. When he got to him, he gave him a little dead leg kind of. Westbrook stopped, and then the separation came.
Second touchdown of the game for Randy Moss. his third of the season. This one is 17-yard touchdown pass from Dante Culpepper.
That's the matchup they like. They can create a way to get Moss on Westbrook.
This has indeed been a breakout game for Randy Moss. Gary Anderson's extra point is good. And the Vikings lead for the first time of the game. With 14 seconds to go in the third quarter, Dante Culpepper finds Randy Moss in the corner. He makes it back.
And that's when they get into a problem. He's looking for an interception.
Gary Anderson with the short kickoff. Howard takes it on the run. And it's brought down across the 30 at the 31-yard line. And again, the Vikings will take that. They want that high, short kickoff, trying to prevent a long return. Randy.
I need all the angels I can have around me.
From the 31, Lions try to come back. Good play fake. Back.
Or there should be a flag on. There it is.
You got it. You got it. It's on Dishman. Johnny Morton was the man who was out there, the intended receiver.
They got into the break, and Dishman had a handful of his jersey trying to hold him up as he was getting out of the break.
Contact, 25, defense, 5 yards penalty, first down.
Take a look right here. When he gets to the out now, he hasn't turned around. He wants to come back. See him holding him right up here? Had his hands all over him.
13-year veteran Chris Dishman was cut by Kansas City, picked up right at the start of the season by the Vikings. Lions come out with 3 wide receivers, coming more to the left, goes in motion. James Stewart. Nice run once again. How many times have we said that? Almost 10 on the pickup. We've reached the end of the third quarter. The Lions had the edge in time of possession in the third quarter, but couldn't put any points on the board. The Vikings score a touchdown and lead 17-10. Lions moving. Haven't been able to pick up points, but they're starting to move.
Well, the offensive line is knocking people off the ball. This was the last play. There's a double team right here on John Randall. They take him back into the linebacker and then keep driving. And that's, you know, you want to talk about a power run game and putting things together. That's a heck of a start. You got that double team on John Randall.
James Stewart again, 19th carry of the game. Griffin trying to hold on, and look at Stewart fight for extra yardage. Great effort by James Stewart, who's over 120 yards in the game.
He was hopping and pushing and dragging. They're getting that push. There's Aaron Gibson. Aaron Gibson just knocked that whole side of the line down. He cleared that way.
Lions in Vikings territory at the 49. First 100-yard game of the season for James Stewart, 7th of his career. Obviously first as a line. Good play fake. Back. Outside is Jermaine Crowell. First down at the Vikings 26-yard line. Chris Dishman finally brought him down. 23-yard pickup on the play.
You know, that offensive line knocking people off the ball, Sam. Watch John Randall. He's down so low in his stance, worried about that double team, that he can't get up into a pass rush. Look how low he is to the ground. And then when he realizes his pass, there's no place for him to go, along with the fact he's got 2 men on him.
Lions go with 2 tight ends, Rasby, or rather Papunu, and Sloan are the tight ends. Back throwing on first down to the corner, and it is incomplete. Robert Tate with coverage on Johnny Morton. Time for an update on the Giants and the Titans. JB.
I think it's a touchdown. I'll call it a touchdown.
I think it's a touchdown, and I think the Titans are too good for the Giants in this one.
Those guys get all tied up in that terminology. They make half of it up. Come on, Howie and Terry?
Herman Moore in motion. The play fake by back. Under pressure, he finds a man. It's Johnny Morton to the 13-yard line. First down, Lions. Thatcher's got it together on this drive.
And remember how this drive started. It started with James Stewart. Now they got these guys thinking about the run. Here's Morton out of the break. They run it 2 guys to the same side, kind of like a trail route, and that takes the safeties deep, and then he broke it off into the middle. Time in the pocket.
First and goal at the 8. Stewart straight ahead to about the 5-yard line. Charlie Batch, 18 for 27, 144 yards passing. James Stewart has had a big game carrying the ball. The Lions have gotten their running game going. Now the question is, can they put it in? Earlier they stalled at the 3.
I think they continue hammering here.
Second and goal from the 5.
You got one linebacker, you've got him spread out, and you got a big line.
Back to throw. Under pressure, he runs in. Touchdown. Great job by the offensive line. Eric Beverly and Jeff Harding, the center and right guard, helping lead Charlie Batch to the end zone. That's some exciting quarterbacks in this division, huh? Culpepper and Batch, those are 2 really good ones right here. Jason Hansen to tie it. The game is tied early 4th quarter. The Lions go 69 yards, and Charlie Batch finishes it off with a touchdown run.
ブロックできない方もですから、体を使ってね、邪魔をしましたよね。素晴らしいやっぱり。
Well, Charlie Batch sitting in the quarterback's club over there, talking things over. Nice drive, finished off by Batch's first run. Jason Hansen's kickoff is to Tyrone Carter at the 2. Across the 20. Belted down by Scott Kowalkowski, one of the best special teams players around. How about this offensive line for the Lions, Bill?
Well, they've come together today in the run game, and their offense has taken a big step because of their effort. Harding was playing with bad ribs. Beverly's in there as not even a starter guy, but they're knocking some people off the ball. Strong part of that deal too, the tight end. Watch him take it to Dwayne Rudd right here. Shucks him off the line, and then when he gets downfield here and sees Charlie running, decides to throw his body in there for the block.
Vikings start from their own 21 with a game tied. Robert Smith dances outside. Flag goes down. Terry Fair stepped up for the first contact, and then Tracy Scroggins ran down Robert Smith. Let's see. Holding on the Vikings.
You should have seen the collision, Sam.
Bobby Ross said, take that penalty. Go ahead, Bill.
Yeah. You know, the collision right here between Boyd and Kleinsoffer. Look at that. He stuffed that whole thing up.
First down.
Ball is spotted back at the 10-yard line.
Kleinsoffer 280. Yeah, that's Boyd. That's a train wreck. That's a true train wreck.
Please reset the game clock to 11:52. 11:52 on the game clock. Thank you.
Robert Forche has gone to the sideline. Jared DeVries is in at left end. First and 20 for the Vikings. Culpepper drops it off to Smith. Couple of blockers with him. Back to the original line of scrimmage. Out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Chased out by Stephen Boyd.
That's a quick 10.
What's the best way to handle all that noise, Bill, for a young quarterback, for the Vikings team?
Well, the hardest thing is the snap down. And if you're watching, you have to go on it each and every time. The center will drop his head once or sometimes twice. When the center's head comes up, he'll either do it once or twice, and that's going on 1 and 2. You'll see Culpepper, he'll kick his foot, that sets everything going, and then watch the center's head. There it is, up 1, snap.
3 wide receivers in, outside to Randy Moss. Gets 6 on the play to the 26-yard line. Terry Fair was right with him. Short pickup, but the Vikes will take it. It brings up a 3rd and 4.
And the thing about that silent snap count is that sometimes when you mix it up and you go on 2, that's very difficult for the outside guys, the tackles, to hold their water and their patience like that. And you have to mix it up, because if you don't, then the defensive linemen know, they're looking. And as soon as that center's head comes up, they take off.
Well, the Lions defense wants the crowd roaring, and they're up. There's a big 3rd and 4. 3 wide receivers, 6 defensive backs for Detroit. Culpepper gets time, wanted to go deep, drops it off. John Davis gets the first down. Great move by John Davis on Lamar Campbell. And Davis turns the short pass into a first down up to the 39-yard line.
Well, the blitz didn't get there. They came with the blitz, and it didn't get there. Here's the blitz on the outside. Robert Smith picks it up. Dante didn't see his guy downfield. He had Matthew Hatchett wide open downfield. He never saw him. He panicked when he saw the blitz and turned around and was able to dump it off to Davis. Davis, fancy footwork, picking it up.
4 catches for John Davis in the game. 34 yards. First down at the 39. Robert Smith gets through the hole, gets up to the 45-yard line. Robert Smith hasn't busted a big one. They haven't had the big run, but he keeps going 6 at a pop, 5, 6, 8.
He's always been that type of back. Watch him get into the line. Here it comes. He's following it. Then point over there. He has that great vision, that peripheral vision that all the good backs have, to have anticipation of where the hole's going to pop open. That was a lead draw. He's following his fullback, and when it's not there, point. I'll take it where it is.
13 carries, 66 yards for Robert Smith. Averaging a little over 5 per carry. On second down, Culpepper looking and throwing too high for Randy Moss. Flag on the play.
On the backside of the field. They're going to get Terry Fair over on this side of the field.
Holding Chris Carter. That's going to be a first down for the Vikings.
And he didn't have to do that. I mean, that play was away. Carter wasn't even in the picture. Dante wasn't even looking the side of the field.
Holding, 55, defense. Before the pass, a 5-yard penalty, first down.
It's interesting to me, Bill, last 2 games, Chris Carter has caught 16 balls. Today he's had only 1, as he's been kept quiet. Randy Moss has been the guy they've tried to get into the offense for the Vikings.
And I think that's where their emphasis was all week. And you heard that coming out of Minnesota. They wanted to get Randy involved. And Chris's catches are going to be there. Over the course of the year, he's going to be there.
First down at midfield.
He was key for him in New England.
2 tight ends for the Vikings. Moss left, Carter right. Culpepper looking for Moss. Deep downfield. Up they go, and he's got it. Touchdown!
Unbelievable.
Randy Moss with his 3rd touchdown catch of the game. A 50-yarder.
They played him with safety help over the top, and he went up amongst 2 of them, and he did not care.
He's something special, isn't he? Oh, man. There's another souvenir. Moss, who caught a 61-yarder and a 17-yarder in the first half. Now a 50-yarder, his 3rd 3-touchdown game.
Bobby Ross was a tremendous thing.
Big bomb. Gary Anderson's extra point is good. Randy Moss leading the way, but this is a great throw by Dante Culpepper. The big arm, and then the great catch.
言ってるんですけどね。もうやっぱりちょっと抜かれてしまうとね。はい。
まあでもモス今日これ3つ目でしょ。
Randy Moss wanted the ball. They've gotten it to him. The Vikings set the game plan to get the ball to Randy Moss.
There's a double coverage. He just goes right up amongst all the guys. You see him use his right hand. He actually used his right hand and pushed up to get more height off of Corwin Brown.
And as he turned, the ball was right there for him. Gary Anderson on the kickoff. Howard goes back to get it at the 4. Desmond Howard on the return. Stood up across the 30-yard line and down at the 32, Harold Morrow, number 33, with a tackle. Randy Moss now has 7 catches, 168 yards, and 3 touchdowns in this game.
They've got to stop looking at the quarterback.
ピッチングが本当に上手ですね。
ですから、セーフティーが横の方にこういう風に行ってまして、こう下がらなきゃダメ。
Randy Moss Day here in Detroit. 3 touchdown receptions, 168 yards, and he's outgained all the receivers on the Lions. Now let's see what Charlie Batch and his crew can do. Batch is 18 for 27, 144 yards. Lions go from the 34. Batch gets time and completes to Jermaine Crowell. It's a first down up at the 48-yard line. 8th catch of the game for Jermaine Crowell. He's become the key man in the passing attack.
Well, with all due respect to Jermaine Crowell, I'm still in fascination over Randy Moss. I mean, I got to be honest with you. That's what everybody talks about. That's what everybody says. We got to stop the deep bomb. We've got to take it away, because when he strikes, you take away those passes, and what does Minnesota actually have?
Play fake by Batch. Everybody out, nobody open. Doubles it off to James Stewart. Fighting Dwayne Rudd. What a job by Stewart. First down at the 38-yard line. When you fight off the tackle of Dwayne Rudd, you've done a good job, and Stewart with a 14-yard pickup.
I'm really impressed with his determination of wanting to become a dominant back. You know, he never had that opportunity in Jacksonville to be the guy. They always had somebody else there, and they were giving him the time to do it. Detroit wanted him, and he wants to please them.
3 wide receivers for the Lions. Batch throws for the tight end, batted up in the air and incomplete. Kenny Wright, I believe, got his hand on it.
Yep.
Intended for David Sloan.
Batch had some protection here. They run a little stunt, and at the very end, Beverly comes out and gets a piece of Hovind. Gave up his body. That's giving up your body for your quarterback.
Beverly's done a good job as the center. Mario Bates is in the backfield. 3 wide receivers for the Lions. Draw play to Bates. Gets down to the 35-yard line. Bates little change of pace from James Stewart.
A little faster. You know, he's a faster type back. You can do a few more things with him, especially in the passing game, out of the backfield, get him to the flat, trying to create some matchups on linebackers. But Stewart's the guy. That power run attack that's what they want. That's Bobby Ross, and that's what it's all about.
Here's the big 3rd down play for the Lions. They're 1 for 9 on 3rd down conversions in the game. Everybody out. Back.
Wide open.
Through the hands of Johnny Morton. At the 15-yard line, he went up, should have caught it.
He was open for such a long time, too. I don't know if Charlie ever saw him.
That's rolled left.
Here's Johnny at the top of the screen. Watch him work inside. Then there's nobody out here. Look. And he's all the way over to the sidelines when the ball's thrown.
It was a little high. On second thought, maybe a little too high. Lions to go for it on 4th down. Mario Bates in the backfield. They've got to get just across the 28 for a first down. That's looking, throwing low, incomplete.
That's the whole thing. That's the low throw, the high throw, and every time throw. That's what's been missing. The passing game is not in sync due to the fact that all the time he missed in training camp and last year with the thumb injury.
よくやったとこう言われるでしょうが、
難しいとこ
まだ
ろですよね
でも時間がまだね、たっぷりありますからね、もう一つ慎重であってもよかった。
Hope you're enjoying this football Sunday because there's more to come. We've got a doubleheader game for you. Some of you will see Chicago at Green Bay, and here in the Detroit area, you get to see Tampa Bay and Washington because it's a sellout here in Detroit. Vikings with a 24-17 lead. Robert Smith up the middle, big hole. Burst to the outside, beating Corwin Brown. Smith down the sideline. Bear trying to catch up. Smith goes in. They broke the big one. 65-yard touchdown run for Robert Smith. That is a killer.
You see who was down there leading the way at the end, too? Randy Moss. Randy Moss was running stride for stride with him from the other side of the field. He lined up on this side of the field over towards us and ran all the way across the field when that thing broke and was down there leading the escort into the end zone. He watched that early pregame show this morning that was dogging him on runs.
Gary Anderson's extra point is good. The Vikings, one play, break it.
Watch the size of the hole in here. Dixon with push down, and it was a nice bounce move again with the vision of Robert Smith. But watch right here, look at this. Look who's here. And he picks up a block at the end.
Bump Terry Fair, and Smith able to walk right in. There's the escort.
You know, he said, I talked to him before the game, and he was upset over those comments. He said, you know what, it's a motivating factor. That's what it is. And you're going to see my best today. And all the coaches knew. They talked about him early. He went to early chapel, and he came in early chapel upset at the comments. And he says, I'm going to prove my critics wrong.
Well, he's done it all today.
Well,
and then
his critics were right. But whatever it did, it motivated him. And he's had an unbelievable day today.
Smith tight-roping the sideline. And every step he stays in. 14 carries, 131 yards. His second 100-yard game of the season. 23rd of his outstanding career. And the Vikings have quieted the crowd. Finally, here with 6:23 to go in the fourth quarter, the crowd has been silenced. 31-17, Vikings lead it. Anderson kicks off again. Howard comes up, but the up man, Brock Olivo, takes it.
Desmond should have called him off.
And a flag comes down. You're right. I think he was calling him off. Yeah. But Olivo, a backup fullback, determined to take it. And it's against the Lions.
They've had quite a few penalties today as well. And you can see that a little bit of the timing, a little bit of the penalties, you know, but you can see where they have the potential offensively to get this thing straightened out.
52 on the receiving team during the run back. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Robert Smith. Yeah, he liked that. And so did Randy Moss. Good day for Robert Smith.
It's always fun when you're making big plays. Yes. A lot of smiles to go around.
Lions start from the 20, back. Chased by Sawyer. Randall chases. The long throw is intercepted by Orlando Thomas. Big time pressure on Charlie Batch, and he was knocked down. Did Randall get him after he released?
Yeah, right as he released. And he hit him hard, too.
So the first turnover of the game.
Little play action boot, and then he's going to take off running. Now there's John Randall. Watch him close in on this.
You know Randall wants to get a hit on the quarterback. He hasn't had any sacks this season. Orlando Thomas with the pick. Batch, tough throw.
All I can think about is Johnny Randall on that NFL film thing saying, Charlie. Remember?
Is John Randall wearing Ed McDaniel's shoes?
He's wearing new shoes. I don't know if it's Freddie Mac.
Robert Smith is thrown back by Tracy Scroggins. Under 6 minutes remaining. The Vikings, it was only their 4th takeaway of the season as they get the interception by Orlando Thomas. There's Big John Randall. He's the stone. He's the rock of this defense. And while people are double teaming him, other guys are making some plays.
Well, that's what Eddie McDaniels was telling us when we talked with him. He said, "You make no mistake about it. Johnny may not have the sack, but he's getting all the attention."
Mo Williams is in, replacing Robert Smith. Play fake, Culpepper. Dropped by the tight end, John Davis. Been a big play day for the Minnesota Vikings. The long touchdown passes to Randy Moss, 61 and 50, and the 65-yard touchdown run for Robert Smith. Now the Vikings, who have to get to the Lions' 41-yard line for a first down, have 3 wide receivers. Moss is out. Chris Walsh is in, Matthew Hatchett in, and Chris Carter. Culpepper steps up, hit as he throws, and it's incomplete. And there's a flag on the play.
Well, if they can't call interference if that ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage.
It's a holding call, even worse. It's an automatic first down for the Vikings. Oh, the penalties have really hurt Detroit.
Holding, 23, defense. Before the pass was tipped, before the pass was thrown, 5-yard penalty, first down.
You see the left hand there. Luther Ellis, Scroggins.
It's a hit on Dante Culpepper. 9th penalty of the game for the Lions. Too many mistakes. And the big plays have killed the Lions here. Just under 5 minutes remaining. Vikings leading 31-17. First down at the Lions' 46. Mo Williams remains in at running back. And it's Williams' first carry of the game. Nice little cutback. It's inside the 40. Gets down to the 38-yard line. But today belongs to Randy Moss. 61-yarder in the first quarter. 17-yarder. And then the 50-yarder in the fourth quarter. The 17-yarder came in the third quarter. 168 yards for Randy Moss.
That's like a St. Louis type of day.
How about the Rams today? They've hit the 50 mark against San Diego. 50 and leading 50-24. Mo Williams taken down by Corwin Brown, the strong safety, who's playing for the injured Ron Wright. The Rams are about to go 5-0. The Vikings, with the clock running under 4 minutes, hoping to go 4-0. The other undefeated team, the New York Jets, are off. This is their bye week. The Vikings' next game will be a week from tomorrow night, Monday night, at home against Tampa Bay. And the Bucs are playing Washington in the second game of our doubleheader on Fox. Chris Carter with the catch and the first down. Third catch of the game for Carter. Clock continues to run, winding down on the Lions. Chris Carter and Andre Reed are in a battle for second place all time in receiving in the NFL. Carter with 3 catches today is at 945 for his career. And Andre Reed has 9:46 and will play later on. Robert Smith is back in for Minnesota. And he carries. It's down to about the 31-yard line. Stephen Boyd made the tackle. Robert Smith likes to run against the Lions, doesn't he? He's had some good games down through the years against them. It's another 100-yard effort for him against them. His 6th of his career against the Lions. 135-yard day.
And we asked him about it. He said, well, I guess it's because we play him twice a year. But I think the big thing is what he talked about before. I think it's the turf. I think, you know, they play them at home, they're on turf. They play them here, they're on turf. And if you look at the NFC Central, they're the only 2 teams that have AstroTurf. The other ones are grass. He loves to run on it.
2-minute warning, and the Lions big deficit.
オランダリーグサッカー AL ディビジン全18チームで争われるトータルフットボールの原点ともいえるオランダ国内1部リーグ。ガオラでは昨季優勝の PSV、 ユーロ2000に代表選手3人を輩出したフェイエノールと、そして名門アヤックスの3チームを中心に全34節合計102試合をピックアップ。日程はご覧の通り。オランダリーグサッカー AL ディビジお見逃しなく。
After this game, we've got a second game on our Fox NFL Sunday doubleheader. Some of you will see the Chicago Bears at the Green Bay Packers. Others will see Tampa Bay and Washington. Here in the Detroit area, that's what you'll see, the Bucs and the Redskins. A doubleheader on Fox. Well, it's been good offense for the Vikings. 435 yards offense, 261 yards passing, 174 yards rushing.
You know, when they say you play Minnesota, they say pick your poison. Emphasize stopping Smith, and they'll get you in the pass. Emphasize stopping the pass, and they'll get you to Smith.
Bo Williams carrying inside the 30 to about the 28-yard line. Stephen Boyd made the stop.
And I think that'll be a real interesting matchup to see what happens next week when Tampa Bay has to play this offense.
Second charge, timeout. 30-second timeout.
Timeout for the Lions. The Vikings, a Monday night game a week from tomorrow at home against Tampa Bay. The Lions will play the Green Bay Packers here. Then they get a week and a half off, come back with a Thursday game at Tampa. Then get another 10 days off and go to Indianapolis. So some tough games ahead for the Lions.
And all these things are the central components. They have a stretch here of central games with Green Bay and Tampa Bay. That's the Detroit's upcoming schedule.
And at bye week, they come back on a Thursday, the 19th.
And for Minnesota, it goes Tampa Bay, Chicago, Buffalo, and Tampa Bay again.
Well, the Vikings are establishing themselves as a force in the NFC.
Well, I don't think anybody thought they'd be where they're at right now with the change of the young quarterback. And that, I think, solely goes to the credit of Denny Green and his coaching staff.
Yep. And it's 50 to go. This is a third down play for the Vikings. Have to get to the 24 for a first down. Mo Williams takes it outside, gets to the 25, comes up a little bit short. Scott Kolakowski and Kirk Schultzen on the tackle. Another timeout for the Lions.
That's their third and
Randy Moss,
30-second time.
last season in 2 games against the Lions, 15 catches, 280 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he just adds to the numbers today. 7 catches, 168 yards, 2 of them big bombs, 61 and 50, and 3 touchdown catches.
You know, it's New England, Sam, when they played Minnesota, they double covered Moss the whole time. Every single play, they had safety help on his side, no matter where he was. And then Carter had 7, 8, 9, 10 catches, and they moved the ball down there, but they had to find other ways to score. And I think that's what you choose. You come in and say, well, we'll play them however we play them. But 3 big, long passes deep, that's 21 points, that quick of a strike, 61, 50 yards. I mean, that'll just kill you defensively. I'd rather just double cover him the whole time and don't let him get that quick strike.
Here's 4th and 1. He's only been double covered 3 times. One of them was on the long bomb, the 50-yarder. Kleinsasser is the lone setback as the Vikings want to maintain possession here to run out the clock. Will Culpepper sneak? He runs for it. And we'll see where the spot is made. Stephen Boyd was in on the tackle. Today's game was produced by Michael Burks, directed by Andy Kindle. The associate director is Rich Dewey. Our broadcast associate is Tom Yohe. The technical producer is David Graham. Studio show produced by Scott Ackerson, directed by Bob Levy. The senior producer of Fox Sports is Bill Brown. The executive producers of Fox Sports are Ed Gorin and David Hill. Our spotter is Gary Lynn. Our statisticians, Emmett McGuire in the booth, and in the truck, Mark Sosna. We thank them all, as well as the camera crew and our technical crew. The Vikings came up short, and the Lions, with 1:38 on the clock, have to find a miracle. Everybody out. Back puts it up and completes it to Mario Bates, and he's out of bounds up at the 31-yard line, close to the 32. Lions are out of timeouts.
And for Detroit, Sam, it's their passing game. That's what we talked about. Their offensive line took a step today. They took a big step in knocking people off the ball for that power running game. But it's been the timing of the passing game and Charlie Batch not being there through it all of training camp. That's where they're suffering.
I know Crowell's become the #1 guy, but how does Herman Moore look to you?
I don't think they get him the ball enough.
Well, there they go. Maybe a little late.
Yeah.
Up to 43. It's a first down. Bobby Ross wants him to spike it to stop the clock. Lions have to get up to the line of scrimmage and set. And the spike to stop the clock with 1:15. And now the Lions will get set, call a couple more plays.
Well, they got the quick strike potential. They have it here, too. It's how much fight they have in them. Jermaine Crowell has that ability. You saw the passes downfield to him. Just a little overthrown, a little high. They took 2 touchdowns away from him early because of poor alignment and poor throws.
Batch on second down, steps up, goes outside for Mario Bates, and he caught it falling down, slides out of bounds at the Vikings 46 and has a first down. 13-yard pickup.
Twice they had to settle for field goals or a field goal attempt.
Yeah, the one in the first half bothered Bobby Ross.
Yeah.
And when they got down to the 3-yard line, they stalled.
We couldn't get the people lined up in the right spot. Little mistakes.
First down from the 46. Batch steps up. Goes short to Mario Bates. Nice move by Bates. Can't get to the sideline, though. He was down. Ball popped loose. John Randall came back to make the tackle. Lions hurry up. Clock running. 50 seconds. Spike stops it with 46. Charlie Batch, 23 for 37, 203 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. The Vikings have done basically what they had set out to do defensively. They haven't gotten burned by the big play.
Well, they set out what they wanted to do offensively, too.
Rocco Levo, number 26, is in the backfield for Detroit. Everybody out. Batch looking. Going into the end zone for Herman Moore. And it's incomplete. Chris Dishman went up and broke up the play. 39 seconds to go. 13-year veteran Chris Dishman. They're happy with his performance in Minnesota.
Well, especially the type of defense they're playing. All man coverage, most of it. And that suits Chris. You know, a lot of times he'd have the reputation as a guesser sometimes when he plays zone defense, and he'd get a little lax in his technique. But when they have him manned up over there, he's really been helpful. And I'll tell you who else he's helped. He's helped the other guy on the other side, Tate.
Batch being pressured. Rocco Levo out of the backfield. Inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 30 seconds, the clock running. Now the Vikings defense playing off and the Lions chewing up yardage. Stop the clock with 22 seconds after an 18-yard pickup by Rocco Levo. But not much time to try and pull off a miracle for Charlie Batch and the Lions.
I mean, the difficult thing is when you're on defense on this. You know, you have that kind of lead. You don't want him to score, but you just want the clock to run off.
From the 9. Batch looks into the end zone. Chased by Sawyer. And the pass is incomplete, intended for Rocco Levo. And once again, Batch rolling to the left side. Sawyer with good pressure on him. Brian Sawyer has been a factor for the Vikings. He's had some good pressure in this game.
He's developing. He really is. He's developing as a pass rusher. We talked about him earlier. I like his motor. He's learning some new moves. He just used to be an up and over the top guy. He's learning now how to come back underneath and mix in some other things.
Mario Bates in the backfield. The tight end, David Sloan, is all the way out to the left side. 2nd and goal from the 9. Batch throws. Incomplete. Flag on the play. It's on Kenny Wright. He was all over Jermaine Crowell.
It's Crowell and Herman Moore in the slot.
Number 20 in the end zone on the defense.
Yep.
By rule, be a first down at the 1-yard line.
He gets his left arm over the top of the shoulder pad of Crowell before the ball got there.
Just 11 seconds remaining for the Lions. 1st and goal at the 1.
They're going to have time for 2 quick plays here, and they're going to both have to be touchdowns. They're going to have an extra point and onside in between.
Vikings blitz. Kenny Wright's going to get called again. So this is going to be half a yard because it'll be half the distance to the goal and 3 seconds ticked off.
Yeah.
On the defense, half the distance to the goal, first down.
Well, they may get in the end zone here, but they're not going to have much time left to do anything after that.
No.
Onside kick should finish it after the extra point.
Denny Green will be happy when the final seconds tick off. But once again, his Vikings coming out of the bye week with another impressive performance. Batch throwing for Herman Moore. Not there. Overthrown. Dixon had him covered. 5 seconds to go.
Miscommunication there as well. Where Herman Moore was, that was the stop, the fade stop, and Charlie threw the fade.
So down to time for one play. It's 2nd and goal, a half yard out. Blitz coming. Bates walks into the end zone. Touchdown Lions with 3 seconds to go. Yeah, Robert Griffith doesn't like it. The Lions put some points on the board, but won't have time. There's 3 seconds left. Danny Green's team about to go 9-1 in games after the bye week. Merlin Blaze, the late arrival on the offensive line. John Jett, the holder. And Jason Hansen's kick is good to make it 31-24. Don't forget, as soon as we're done here, it's on to Game 2 of our Fox NFL Sunday doubleheader. Some of you will see the Bears at Green Bay. Others will see Tampa Bay at Washington. Here in the Detroit area, that's the game you'll see. The Bucs and the Redskins are a doubleheader. NFL on Fox. Final seconds for the Lions. Got to figure out a way to have this hit a Viking and be able to pick it up and run it in?
Well, you can't. You can't advance it onside. So now, if the Vikings grab the ball and then they have it and fumble it, that's why on an onside kick, the receiving teams always drop right to the ground. Because once they have possession, they want to hit the ground. They don't want to fumble it. Because the only way you can return it as a kicking team is if they fumble.
Right. All right, let's see what the Lions come up with as the Vikings put out their hands team. A lot of defensive backs, running backs, wide receivers.
Is Randy Moss on that hands team?
No, Randy's standing on the sideline. Doesn't want anything to do with this.
That's pretty good because there'll be a few people that want a shot at him.
And the ball went off of Matthew Hatchett and out of bounds.
Out of bounds, that means they back it up 5 and they'll re-kick it.
No, they can take it right here. Option for the Vikings. Vikings option.
Did it hit a Minnesota guy or a Detroit guy? If it hit a Minnesota guy, then they can take it.
That's right.
Yeah.
It hit Matthew Hatchett.
Okay. If it hit the Detroit guy.
Please reset the game clock to 2 seconds. It was legally touched by the receiver.
Okay. Yeah, there you go.
All right. So here comes the last play officially. And then the Vikings will head home with a satisfying victory. And this young man, Dante Culpepper, another solid game. 17 for 29, 269 yards, 3 touchdown passes, doubling his touchdown pass output. He has 6 on the season. Denny Green's team is 4-0, and they lead the NFC Central as they defeat the Detroit Lions 31-24. Don't forget, the second game of our Fox NFL Sunday doubleheader is coming up. For Bill Maas, this is Sam Rosen. Thanks for being with us. The Vikings win it 31-24. So long, everyone.
しかし、ミネソタが負けなしの4連勝。これはちょっと意外ですね。意外ですね。
要はカルペッパーの力というのをね、誰も正確には予想できなかったっていうね。
去年のセントルイスと同じじゃないですかね。
はい。ということだと思うんですけどね。
でも実際にカルペッパーをご覧になってこのままじゃあ連勝し続けていく QB なのかどうなのか。
基本的にやっぱりロバート・スミスのラッシングというのがね、計算できるチームですから、結局ランが出るチームは